Hello, class. As I said, we're going to take Victoria loose here, her dress. This is Victoria. This is the dress. If my wife will walk around, you kind of get a eyeball of it all the way around. Walk all the way around. Be careful not to step on the veil down here. And folks, you'll have to ignore the talking in the background. We have people that start talking on us all of a sudden. Okay, on the ground where we got it, we have a veil. This is the veil that goes with the dress, but unfortunately we can't get it on Victoria's head. It falls off of her. Get down here where you can see it. This is the blusher, which is in the wrong spot. It's supposed to go over the. This is the blusher. And that's the veil. As you see, we got roses. And as my wife pointed out to me, we use the black tape also on a veil, but we won't be making a veil for this dress. Okay? If you walk down, you'll see the veil. This is all net with lace. Have chains dragging off, and we had some little disco balls. We're missing a few pieces on it. What you're seeing here is actually the dress that went to Project Runway for our first audition. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to start taking her loose here a little bit so you can see what's going on. I'm going to pull her arm off so we can see her. This is the one side. This is where we have the eyelets that we were talking about. As you can see, it's just like how we sew the back of it. We got thread going here, and the eyelets come up to the crisscross. We got a buckle across here. We've got an eyelet here that pulls into, just as kind of rough looking, because we were trying to use it for model's sake and we didn't know how big to make it, so that is not really the right strap for that. So then we tie this up. Try not to get her hair in it. And like I said, you have to ignore the talking in the background. People decided to talk all of a sudden. Okay, and that's the one side. Now let me put her arm back on. Okay, got her arm back on. Now there's two purposes for doing it this way. One, she could wear this as a skirt and not wear the top. Or she could wear the top without the skirt. Okay, she's also got, as you see here, she's got a band up here, which brings a chain with loops and key rings through it. As you can see, this cloth is very, very hard to work on. It's very slippery, and it can break needles real easy. We've had to hand sew it up here on the band on her neck. If she'll move to the back here, pull her hair up out of the way. You can see she's got, if you can get your camera up in there, she's got a loop right here that holds it up there. This is the back, sort of like what we'd be using on the dress we're making. Okay, while we're on the back, this is a skirt. We have belt loops here with the eyelets again. This was very interesting to try to make. Like I said, it's very hard. And then we have the eyelets going all the way down the skirt. Now on this other side, again, let's take the arm off. You can see. I don't know what I'm going to do with her arm. This side has bands where we buckle it, see? But the problem we have here is these eyelets are hard to, it just wasn't done exactly right. So, and another thing that's bad about Victoria wearing this dress, she's too small for it. So there's a lot of tightening that has to go on here. This should not be this tight. If Manny was wearing it, it would be like right here where it's supposed to be, but right now it's not where it's supposed to be. Now, as you can see, there's a lot of hard sewing right here. Let's see if I can get it up where you can see it. It's bandaged tight, I can't get it up. You can see right here, see how the seam goes through here. This is very hard sewing. There's several thicknesses of cloth there, which really makes this difficult. And we're not going to worry about that right now. Okay. Now, put her arm back on. Now, on the bottom of the skirt, getting old, folks. This is the bottom of the skirt. As you see, we got seams running through. We have a loop running through here. Now, what we got is we got wire running through here. Now, I did not use the right kind of wire. We also got a special type of can't think of the name of it. Some kind of embellishment type of like a ribbon, but it's a real thick ribbon. As you can see, we had to make 2 or 3 different areas of sewing there. Another thing I want to point out to you too, as you can see, the princess line is what we're talking about. So here's the princess line on the side. We have a princess line going right down the center on this one. The reason for that is because we had to put the lace in here. And we can look into the lace here by picking it up and looking at it too. See how it comes in to the part of her dress here. Try not to show her private area there. She's not real though. Well, yeah, I guess she plays like she's real. And as you see, this all comes around. It's one side. You're still seeing the princess line. See the princess line moving around. And what's happening is the princess line comes straight down, but you flare it out. That's how we was measuring that one skirt that you saw we were making. Same thing in the back. We got another seam. The lace is running all down this. It's running all around this side. It is gathered through here. And then it's sewed back over here and gathered to this. Now this should have a stiffer wire in it because this wire does bend, as you can see. But the reason I've done that is because I was running it through a loop like you would run elastic through a loop. And you got to remember too that we did this thing day and night, so there could definitely be mistakes on it. We were trying to get it ready for Project Runway, and we had a very little time to do it. So I think that would be about it, don't you think? She's nodding her head yes. Victoria can't talk to you right now because she's not in her animation program. She's a pretty girl. She's a pretty mannequin. We haven't had her that long. We got her, what, about 2-3 months ago. She's really just a big old plastic doll. She's made out of plastic. She came with the hair. She also can move her head, which is very interesting. Manny can't do that. And there you go. She stands on a glass frame. You put shoes on her, like she's real. There you go. And that will be it. Next time we'll try to get into doing some more of the draping.